Angie Girl, and it is January, meaning it's cold out, and the best possible way of coping is by drawing Myocies in winter clothing. Now, this does have a practical, lore-based purpose. Pip and his legendary Pokemon are all based around the extremes of the seasons, and even though I haven't officially designed them yet, they are intended to have a type advantage over the one before them to help push the cyclical theme. I haven't done much thinking about this, but I will definitely make a video about that when I get around to it. But for now, let's start with some clothes. The first character on our list is Athena, and for clarity's sake, we are not talking about the Greek goddess of justice, wisdom, and strategy, we're talking about a Rapidash. Though she does have quite a few traits of her namesake, this Athena is too much of a hot-headed dingus to really be considered wise by any standards. Now, being literally hot-headed due to being a fire type means she's got resistance to cold. So much resistance to cold that she can be dressed for September weather in the middle of January. Now, I know I'm not the only one who's done this, but I have no other way to phrase this segue. Have you ever been working on a character and you just get an idea for something they'd be good at or that they'd like? You have no reason for it other than it fits with their vibe? Well, I've made the executive decision that Athena's got a pretty good fashion sense. Not that she knows what's trending, but that she knows what looks good on her, and a lot of things do. She strikes me as a kind of person to like jean jackets or blazers, so that's what she's wearing. I've also made the executive decision to keep similar color palettes for alternate outfits, but this time there wasn't really a way to mix those bright golds and oranges with what I would consider to be a season of dull colors. Still, she looks pretty good. On the opposite end of the fashion spectrum is Jasans, also known as Sammy, also known as Sans clone number how many are we on at this point? Jasans is a fusion of Sans, Undertale, and Jessie from MCSM, so I already had a pretty good starting point for his clothes. Side note, most fusions have nicknames that are quote-unquote normal names that sound like reshuffled versions of their own, so if I call Jasans Sammy, just know he's the same person. His original outfit is basically Jessie's shirt and Sans shorts, so for his winter design I swapped it around. Now we all know that if Sans had to wear full-length pants, they would be sweatpants, that's just a fact. But Sammy still has Jessie in them, and therefore is wearing super baggy jeans. The reason he has to wear shorts most of the time is because he hates the way the fabric feels when it rubs against his bones, so if his pants are too big, that's less fabric rubbing. Right? Sure. Now, even if he couldn't feel the cold as badly since his legs have no skin, or flesh, or anything for that matter, snow against bone would suck the heat right out of his body without him being able to realize it, so long pants are required. He's still wearing suspenders because his legs are set up in such a way that he physically can't go without them. And I like to imagine that these pants are so big that all the guys in this group have worn them at least once, even if they're too proud to admit it. Oh, it feels good to finally draw Scourgeon to scale. Yes, he really is the smallest full-grown character in the series. The reason for this is because he's a fusion of Scourge from the Warrior Cats books and Aiden from MCSM. The outfit exists mostly for the aesthetic. I have no idea how he got it. If you think a cat wearing fur is hypocritical and weird, just know that he also wears the teeth of his fallen enemies in his collar like a crown, so it's not like he cares. Besides, it's not even real. Insert obligatory, the fur trait is bad because it is. The buttons and length of his coat are supposed to evoke a military uniform, because that's basically what he is. The leader of a bunch of stray mutants who uses his reputation as a way of keeping everyone afraid of him. Scourgeon's not as oppressive as he could be, but that's mostly because he just doesn't care. Though he will slice you up at the slightest sign of disrespect. He's really a bad person more than he is a bad leader. Now I know I could be using this as a way to flesh out more characters, but I don't care, I'm drawing Edward again. He's the ghost-type gym leader of Ostrey City, and also kind of out of his mind. You know how people tend to forget things as they get older? Well, Edward sometimes forgets what decade he's in. The Overcoat is vaguely 1800s, but I, unlike Hollywood, admit when I don't know what I'm doing. Besides, this isn't even set historically, so I don't feel the need to justify myself. How did he get it? I don't know. The cloak was originally a blanket, because that's what cloaks are. Blankets you wear around your shoulders to make you look cool. I have to admit, I like to imagine him curled up in the corner using it as an emergency security blanket. Considering his whole thing is that he's kind of out of his mind, giving him clothes that don't exactly match any specific era make a lot of sense. Well, that was a lot shorter than I thought it would be. Drawing everybody on the same page definitely helped keeping them all proportional, which is not something I work on very often, but I'm kind of proud of the fact that Sammy and Scourgeon stayed pretty much the same anyway. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for now. So, as always, leave your thoughts and suggestions in the comment section below, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye, people! And sure to bundle up. It gets cold out there.